So I had this idea for my first video on this channel, and it was going to be very analytical and very, let's point out why these real estate hacks, these money gurus, are just here for clickbait. But hold on a second. Yeah, I'm 8 seconds into the video. I can swear now. But fuck that. The more I watch these videos and the more I see these posts on social media that are just meant to get clickbait, that are just meant to sell books, sell clinics, sell whatever the fuck they have going on, it just pisses me off. So what I want to do is first off start by saying thanks for watching this video. I know there's thousands that you can choose from, but thanks for coming to my channel and thanks for watching this video. It's much appreciated. But I wanted to go back through the original idea for this video. Is I wanted to go back through, there was this post from July 5th, 2020 from a well-known financial guru. Her name is Susie Orman. And let me read this for you. This is from her website. She's a very successful #1 New York Times best-selling author, magazine and online columnist, writer, producer, and one of the top motivational speakers in the world today. Orman is undeniably America's most recognized expert on personal finance. And that's, again, what her website says. But there was this post from July 5th, 2020. And I remember it like it was yesterday because it was so fucking bad. She said in her post, I would absolutely, and these are her words, I would absolutely wait until September, October, or November to buy. Again, this is from July 5th, 2020. She said she would wait a few months. And here's the reason why. She said she would wait because we are going to have a crash of epic proportions, bigger than the crash in 2008. She predicted a 50% drop in market value for your home. And she gave a specific example. She said, now imagine you buy a house for $300,000. And now all of a sudden your next door neighbor loses a job because of the pandemic, because of the coronavirus. And now they can't work and now they cannot afford their home. That immediately makes their home worth $150,000. Now your freshly purchased property is worth that same amount. Fucking crazy, right? The crash in 2008 produced a 19.2% drop in values across the country. And that took a mortgage crisis and the stock market busting, everything, jobs, everything went horrible. 19.2%. There was another recession that dropped. It was a smaller percentage, like 2 or 3%. Every other recession, we haven't dropped at all. But Susie Orman predicted a 50% drop. Your house is worth 300, neighbor loses their job, now worth 150. Scary and doom and gloom, right? At the time, it got a lot of attention, that post. You can go look it up right now. It's still on her page. It got a lot of posts, and a lot of my friends that are real estate agents were all commenting on it. I was commenting on it. And most of them were saying, you're wrong. You're fucking horribly wrong. And this is stupid. This is stupid shit to be posting to all your legions of followers. So it made me think, what if someone actually listened to her advice and they waited from July of 2020 to November of 2020 to purchase? Let's just see. Let's just see what she cost her followers. Because the question isn't, was she right or wrong? She was obviously really fucking wrong. But the question is, moreover, how wrong was she? So I have some numbers here. Okay, so in July of 2020, the median home price was close to her example of three. She gave that example of a $300,000 house. The median price in 2020 was $322,000. Now in November, that's when she said she was going to buy, or she would wait to buy. She would absolutely wait to buy. Home prices had risen all the way up to $358,000. So she was off. Not only was she off by, she said the market would drop 50%. You would lose 50% of your equity, and you're going to wait and you're going to get these deals, right? So don't buy right now. Wait and you're going to get deals. She was off by more than $30,000, more than 10% increase she was off by. And not only did she cost her, now imagine her clients or whoever follows her was pre-approved for around $300,000, $325,000. Now their budget is done. Their budget, they can't afford that. And they're in a way more competitive market. She cost her clients or followers, whatever you want to call them, thousands of dollars because of that post. And it's fucking time we stop that shit. We have to stop it. It's bullshit and it's pointless, and it's just meant, if you look at her page, she has a book to sell. See, she to sell. She is always speaking. She's always on these talk shows. She's just there to prop herself up, and it's fucking time it stops. Okay. So that's kind of where I got with this video idea. And I was going to just be like, the market's been crazy the last few years, but I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it. And these posts and videos get thousands and thousands of views, and they're putting out the wrong information. It's just wrong. It's just plain wrong. Or they'll pick some tiny little crumb of truth and make a whole video about it like the market is going to crash. Okay, so that brings me to my next clickbaiter, which I'm going to call scam artists. I'm just going to straight up call them what they are. They're scam artists. They're putting out this scary, clickbaity headline stuff to get posts, and then, oh, this guy, he seems like he knows what he's talking about. He has a book to sell, but it's just more of the same thing. It's a scam. It's a giant scam, and it's time we call it out for what it is. Okay, so the next one is called Reventure, and it's the name of the channel. And before you waste your time scrolling through all the videos, I can tell you they're all the fucking same. They're literally all the same. 68% market crash. Why we're in the worst recession ever. The market is crashing right now, and it's horrible. So there's 3 videos that I wanted to break down real quick. Let's see what they're called. I have them all right here. Vacant inventory is surging. Home price is about to drop by a lot. Okay, that's one video. Vacant inventory is surging. Home prices are about to drop by a lot. Inventory is exploding. 2022 housing crash getting worse. So he was saying that we're in it. And these are from, I think one was from October of 2022, fairly recent history. Now, again, he'll just pick, I don't even know the dude's name, but again, the channel, you don't need to go watch the videos. They get thousands of views. They already get enough views, and people saying, dude, this guy really knows what he's doing. I follow his channel all the time. They have to be fucking bots, or people being led down a really, really wrong path. But again, the channel's Reventure Consulting, and he did take a break for a while. And I don't know why, maybe he had a moral awakening and he was like, you know what, I can't keep doing this stuff. But then a month later, he said, here's why I took a break. I'm coming back to YouTube. And then he just posted about the 68% drop in new construction cancellations, or increase in new construction cancellations, which is true and expected. Okay, but let's take a quick dive into these videos. So the first one, vacant inventory is surging. Now, a quick search on the internet, it shows us that it's not true, okay? Unless you want to scare people into clicking on your video. So vacant home inventory is up, but it's nowhere near the peak of 2009. And it's just false to push it out there that it's so bad that we're heading towards a crash. And just for reference, we are at about 2,500 units above the low in the year 2000. I did a whole historical search on this thing. I did a lot of research around these videos to see how right or how wrong he was. And he's just increasingly wrong. And he gets thousands and thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views. It's really fucking annoying. Okay, so again, we're about 2,500 units above the low in the year 2000, but we're still about 4,500 units below the peak level of 2009. So if this is anything, for him to say it's anything like 2008 is just wrong. Okay, so the next deceitful title, home price is about to drop by a lot. And it does. It makes it sound like the end of the world is coming. And the previous video is talking about we're in a crash and the crash is getting worse. And now he says home price is about to drop by a lot, much like that Susie Orman post from just after the pandemic in July of 2020. Now, this video was posted on October 25th, 2022. And the video's description states this. This is a quote. This is directly, I copied and pasted from the video description. Home price declines will hit another gear in November and December. Again, this is posted in October of last year. That's because, going back to the description of the video, that's because home buyer demand in the U.S. housing market just crashed to its lowest level since 2008. Did it though? Did it crash? Did it absolutely crash? So let's break it down. So again, I did a quick search on the Googles. and it shows me that buyer demand has not crashed. In fact, this is from a Redfin article, December 1st, 2022, and updated December 7th, 2022. So a couple months or about a month and a half after he posted this, the article actually starts with a paragraph that reads, home buying demand has started ticking up as mortgage rates continue their steady decline. Daily rates dipped to 6.29% on December 1st, down 1 full percentage point from the peak of 7.29. A lot less scary, right? The article continues, mortgage purchase applications are up 4% from a week ago, and Redfin's home buyer demand index is up about 1.5% from a month ago. And that's about when he posted this video, right? So again, he took something. I don't even know where he got the facts for this one. The next one that I'm going to cover, he pulls from real stats. He really does. But then I'll break those down. So I don't even know where he got this one. So I did another little search about Q4 national or Q3 numbers. They haven't come out yet. But when we visit our friends over at Fred, which is the Federal Reserving Economic Data, we see that housing prices have trended up all year, and the median housing price stood at $454,900. Again, that's at the end of the last quarter, which is the reported quarter, which is Q3. Now, other stuff I'm reading, we're still waiting for Q4 numbers to come out, and every economist, everything that I'm reading says that we are going to see a decline this year, which is a good thing, but it's not going to be near a full correction, which is defined as 10%. It's going to be more about 0.5% per month, which is total for about 6% for the year. That will steady things out. And then as inventory increases, we should see a leveling of this market, which is a good thing. And hopefully interest rates continue to tick down and get into the 5s somewhere and just kind of settle to where they're a little more averagey as far as historical values go. Okay. So again, I don't know where he's pulling this stuff, but it's getting clicks and it's getting views and it's getting a lot of comments and it's getting a lot of people saying, dude, this guy knows what he's doing. I follow him all the time. And I don't know if they're bots or not, but he's steering his actual followers down quite a horrible path. And he's cost his, just like Susie, he's cost his followers thousands of dollars as well. So let's finish on the best one. Inventory is exploding. 2022 housing crash getting worse. Okay. Now, this video script uses the old tactic of taking the truth in the truth or stat, and then mangling it or fitting it or twisting it to his narrative and what he wants to fix or what he wants to prove. Okay, so this one was posted on July 4th, 2022, and in the description, we're told that there's a record setting. Again, this is directly copied and pasted from this video's description. There's a record-setting surge in inventory across the 2022 housing market, especially in cities like Phoenix, Austin, and Reno. So he starts off a record-setting surge in inventory across the 2022 housing market, and he specifically states 3 cities. So I looked up those 3 cities, and he's not wrong. He's actually right. So give him props for putting out that proper info, right? So in Austin, Texas, it's up 140%. The inventory is up 140%. Sorry, this is still from the description. In Austin, Texas, it's up 140%. Phoenix is up 120%. And in Reno, it's 186%. Okay. These massive inventory surges, he says, indicate that home prices will be dropping in the near future. Okay. So since this video is posted, which is, again, 6 months ago or so in July of last year, we haven't seen home prices go down. And in the last set of stats that I told you, they have gone up. Okay. So he also states that it's tilting towards a crash. So let's break it down. Okay, so just to check his narrative of that the housing market crash is coming. Here's the inventory for the 3 cities that he mentioned, Austin, Phoenix, and Reno. Austin inventory is definitely up. And when we look at the historical levels, you'll see that the end of the year inventory is more closely related to more normal years of 2017, 18, and 19. He also fails to mention that the inventory has dipped in Austin to a historically low level. So having the inventory number fatten up a bit is actually a good thing, which would help us lead to a healthier market in that city. Looking at the numbers in Phoenix tell a very similar story to Austin, but looking into Reno reveals something really, really, really interesting, I thought. So his proclamation about inventory being up quite a bit, he uses it as a sign that the market's going to crash. Okay, but what he doesn't tell you is that this city has a history of inventory being very, very topsy-turvy and going up and down quite a bit. He's taking that inventory number, that it's up that much, because he is right. It does go up that much. But what he fails to mention and he leaves out is that in November of last year, Reno's inventory level dipped 70%, which is back down to the pre-pandemic level. And then he doesn't make a video about that or even post about it or say anything about it in his video. And if you really, really watch the history of Reno, they have a history of going up and down quite a bit. They have pretty volatile market in terms of inventory going up. So again, it's just, these videos are just meant for clickbait. There's no actual value in them other than he gets views, he gets clicks. He's making money off of these videos. They're monetized. And then he gets to sell whatever the fuck snake oil he's putting out there. And it's time it stops. It's time that people get pissed off about it. It's time people stop watching that shit. Look for headlines that are a little more, it's really hard to find. You got to dig, or maybe watch it and have an objective mind about it, and then go do your own research. And I wouldn't have such a big issue with these things, but if they were just meant for clickbait, like Darman videos, they're there for entertainment. Whether they put out good content or not is not my decision, but they put out, really interesting clickbaity headlines with horrible acting, but somehow they get views. This isn't that though. This is meant to put out real, between this Reventure guy, Reventure Consulting or whatever they're called, and Susie Orman. These are meant to be put out there as predictions, as legit value for their consumers, for their followers. And people are following this. So I wouldn't have a big issue if it was just clickbaity and just meant for drama or whatever, like a Darman video. But these videos are meant to, people follow these videos and it's costing people money. So I want to end this by saying, if you really, really, really want a good snapshot of the market, you can obviously do your own research. Google is a very, very useful tool for that. There's tons and tons of articles on that stuff. But go to a real estate agent you trust. If you don't know any real estate agents, go interview at least 3 of them and find one that you vibe with. Find the one that you trust. Find one that has a good history of predicting the market and gives you a full snapshot of the market from, goes historically back 25, 30, 50 years and gives you a snapshot until now. Okay. We just got to stop watching these videos. It's enough. It's time that they just fucking go crawl into a hole and don't ever fucking come back. Thank you, peeps, for watching this video. I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you really soon.